So today I am currently in Bakewell looking for a tart, well actually a pudding, and the legend has it that it started in that pub hotel right there, where in the 1800s someone tried to make a recipe, messed it up and made a Bakewell pudding. Now that's what I'm going to try and find out today. See if I can find the famous shop around here that sells them and give it a try. I've had Bakewell tarts before, but I've never had Bakewell pudding, so let's search out for that first. Cup of tea, Bakewell pudding, and then we'll have a little mooch around this beautiful little place called Bakewell, shall we? Now I'm pretty sure that Andy and Claire from St Christopher Atlantis have been here to Bakewell. I think there's some signs that they have been here. It might be the Madry umbrellas. But yeah, I'm just having a little wander around and see what there is. So we'll go and have a look around the entire place and show you what there is. There's a Peacock pub right here if you fancy a meal and a drink. Yeah, there's some lovely architecture as well here. We're on the marketplace, not Market Square, marketplace. And nice flowers, full of wasps. And obviously if you do want to go to that pub, there's this one here, the Queen's Arms. Never been in these ones, so I don't know. And then there's another pub over there, the Wheat Chief. So if you fancy a brew, there's plenty of places to go for a nice cold beer or a Madry, whatever you fancy. So I've decided to come out of the main area of Bakewell. There was a lot of people mooching around. We went to the old original Bakewell pudding shop. It's a very massive long title for the shop. I had a steak and ale pie in there with chips, and it had like peas on top and everything. You'll see it now. And it was very filling and nice. My wife and I just shared one of the puddings from another shop because there's quite a big queue there, so we just had the pudding from a different shop. And they've gone for a bit of a mooch around. And I just decided to come and see what this recreation area, I think it's called Rutland Recreation Area. There's a massive open space, as you can see here. A nice little building over there, right next to the River Wye, I think that's how you say it. But yeah, after eating that steak and ale pie and half of one of those puddings, I'm trying to walk it off around this recreation area because it was very, very filling. If you do go to that old original Bakewell pudding shop place, then it's not, the prices aren't too bad, and the food is decent proportions, and it is very filling. So yeah, I would definitely recommend going there. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a little wander around by the River Wye and yeah, work this food up. So join me. So they must have like football and cricket. As you can see, lads playing cricket there. But football and stuff on here, and then this must be a little sport area you can go and sit in. I don't know if it's got like a bar in there or anything like that. I don't really know much about it. But it's just a nice little recreation area. Right next to the river. I'll just go over here so you can see. Nice peaceful area. And there's a pavement going all the way around. Yeah, so I'm not too sure if that like building behind me is it classed as a pavilion? Is that what they're called when they're near sports things? I don't know, but I'm not too sure if this is called Rutland Recreation or Bakewell Recreation. I thought it said Rutland on the sign back there, but when I've just googled it, it's saying that this is Bakewell Recreation Area. Could be wrong, I don't know, but it's a nice little open space just to bring the family and have a kick about, play cricket or whatever you want to do. Just sit around and just take it all in. There is a nice little walk, I can see people, but there are kids there, so I'm trying to keep away from that sort of area, let them have their space. I can film over there because you can't really see the kids over there, but there's a nice little area over there for the kids. There's swings that I can see, there's slides and other little bits and pieces over there. People are flying little aeroplanes and stuff here. I'll do a quick zoom round while the kids are sort of behind the trees, but there's a nice little walk around there. I think there's a main road going along there. This is obviously the River Wye going round there, but there's a nice little open area over there you can go down, and a little walkway, so they're all down there, and this just continues round by the look of it, this pathway, and just follows on and goes back around there towards the main area of Bakewell. But there's some lovely buildings. I'm just going to walk right over the middle of here, but there's some lovely architecture when you go around here. It's difficult to try and film because obviously there's so many people here at the moment, so it is a popular place to come. Obviously people want to know what the Bakewell Pudding is, so obviously the places that mention it are all full. We were quite lucky, we went into the old original Bakewell Pudding shop. It's so big title, but we went into there, and there was a few places to sit downstairs, but when you went up in the restaurant we thought that was going to be full, but there was only a few people in there, so we got a seat in there and had our food and a drink, and just sort of took 10-15 minutes to try and figure out what we're going to do next. But they're over there exploring charity shops and antique shops, and I just wanted to come and have a little wander around here and just sort of see what was about. But it's a nice little open area for the kids. Obviously there's the play area that I showed you a moment ago, and yeah, just somewhere to kick a ball about and just run around, and kids being kids. There's a cricket little area over there. I'm not too sure whether that's toilets over there or not. Possibly, maybe I can see a green sign either side, so that might be toilets over there. I don't know I don't know if that's just like a store for the actual stuff that comes out here, or whether that's like a pavilion that opens up and it's got like a bar inside. It does look like it's got security, so obviously it's got something, it's got to have something inside to warrant that. But yeah, when it comes to actually filming in the actual Bakewell area, the main area, there's just so many people dotting around, and obviously there's kids and everything, so you just got to be mindful of that. So it's trying to find and pick and choose the shots that I can film without getting them in shot. Obviously I filmed the Bakewell original shop that we went into on the outside and sort of walked past there, so I'm just trying to figure out what else I can show you around here, because obviously it is the school holidays, so there are a lot of kids coming out, so I'm just trying to be sort of mindful of those, but also try and show you what I can at the same time. So that building that is over there, that is toilets, so if you do need the toilet, there they are. Some of them charge about 20p or something like that. I have seen machines outside, especially in Matlock, they had 20p machines outside. So if you are coming to these sort of places, make sure you got change with you, because I don't know if they're manned or not. But yeah, there's a nice little basketball, sort of football court there, tennis court there. I'm just going this way because the majority of people are all over there, so I'm just trying to keep out of their way. Obviously, as I say, it's school holidays, there's kids all over. But then you've got nice little places like this. You've got little ping pong tables, table tennis. So it's a nice little recreation area. And they serve ice creams. If I hadn't eaten pie, chips and half of one of those puddings, I'd have loved a nice cool ice cream, because it's quite warm today. But I'm going to go this way back into Bakewell, because everybody seems to be going around Bakewell and then making their way over here to the recreation area, and just so I'm going to sit. The kids are running around and burning off that energy, and yeah, the parents are just enjoying the peace and quiet going around the River Wye. Wye, man. But yeah, I thought I'd go this way, out of their way, and just see what was around here and try and get a bit more footage of Bakewell for you. But it's a bit, as I say, it's a bit difficult when there's people like mooching around and stuff. You just don't see much because there's just so many people all over. So let's have a look. So there's your Manners pub. I think you actually go past here on the bus. I think the bus that we got on sort of comes along here and dropped us off somewhere around here. I think there might be a bus stop somewhere over there. I think that might be it, because I remember walking past here to get into Bakewell itself. But yeah, there's the Manners pub, and there's a nice little church there. I don't know if that's I think that's a Methodist church here. Hey, there's always one, isn't there? Always one having a shout when you're trying to walk around with a camera. So this is the Bakewell Methodist Church in 1866. How nice is that? So yeah, actually I think we went past here. That might be the bus stop we got off at here. And then you just walk around the corner, and as you can see, there's Bakewell, the main area. But yeah, we just sort of walked along this road, got off the bus just there, and then walked over, and instantly tried to find, I was going to say tarts, but it's puddings, isn't it? There's plenty of tarts in Bakewell. Lots of tarts and puddings and cakes. There's lots of different like tray bakes and all that stuff, so it's heaven for me, to be honest. But yeah, it's just it's not too bad here because it's just on the outskirts, but as you can see, so the streets are just filled with lots of people, so you're trying to like film certain things, and obviously you don't want to get in people's faces with a camera, so it is quite difficult to film when you're in such a small area. But some nice little shops, a variation of different shops along each side. And as I said, this is where I started the video, where you can see the Rutland Arms Hotel, where the cook misunderstood the recipe for the Bakewell pudding, and she's apparently messed it up and created what obviously they're serving lots of here. And it obviously started there in the 1800s. You got your ginger baked butchers here. And yeah, so we ended up walking around there. You got all different shops, charity shops and like going around there, and eateries, and then get to where the Rutland Arms Hotel is. You can turn right. When you go down there, that's where the old original Bakewell pudding shop is, just around that corner. But there are plenty of places that serve those particular puddings. But yeah, then I walked down here with the missus and my son, and this is where the River Wye is. There's a bridge which you probably saw not so long ago with all the ducks and geese. But then around here you've got sweet emporiums and toy shops. If you want your bath bombs, if you're into bath bombs and gifts and the likes here. There are maps dotted around. There is a map over near where the toilets are. There's another map over near where Holland and Barrett are. And so if you're kind of lost in or you want to just find out what's here, there are little places to get maps, or little yeah, places to see whereabouts you are. And every now and then you'll see a ice cream van to get yourself a nice cool ice cream, because it's quite warm. So I think this is called Water Street that I'm down now. You've got nice cafes and bookshops and the likes. Local maps if you need to find where you are. Obviously there is the maps dotted around, so you can see exactly where you are around here and where you need to be. It's got some nice little places where you can just sit and have a coffee. I really think that's nice, just beautiful architecture. You've got all of the flowers and everything. It's just a pleasant area to sit. There are some churches. I can see like a little steeple in the distance. So there are some nice churches around here. Obviously we just passed the Methodist church. And then here's a swimming pool if you fancy a dip. Yeah, look at these properties. I'm guessing this is some sort of a hotel or the back of a pub possibly. The Secret Garden Cafe and Bistro. It's dog friendly, so if you want to bring the dogs, you can do. There's a word I like, cakes. So there, lovely. So you can venture there. So I've reached the end of this particular strip. So I can't go that any further down there. There is a place there, an eatery as well, just right next to the swimming pool. Couldn't remember what it's called then. A place where it's just full of water, where you can go in and splash around. Ash Cottage. I'll turn the camera on so you can see all this. There's Ash Cottage. A nice little coffee shop there, and obviously, yeah, as I said, you can sit out there and have your drinks, have your toasted tea cakes and all that sort of stuff. So what I'll do is I'll go around here and venture just around a bit further and see what else there is. So there's another car park there. This is the one I just walked past in a moment ago with the ice cream van. There are public toilets and disabled toilets there, as well as over there if you get caught short. And there's a lovely little area around here. Rollies for. I'm going to go around here. Hopefully you can hear me over this wind. But yeah, there's a boutique hotel there and a place where you can taste some chutneys and cheese. Lovely little delis and eateries around here and charity shops here. You won't be bored, and as I say, there's plenty of fish and chips places if you're in need of fish and chips and mushy peas and a bit of gravy or whatever you have on it. And the Bakewell Pudding factory. But yeah, I think most places around here say that they created the original recipe and that's what they serve. But it's difficult to say when it was 1800s. There's somewhere to get stuff for the dogs. But yeah, you just got loads of little eateries and loads of lovely little sort of places you can sit, more charity shops to get some books and bits and pieces. And wraps and cakes everywhere. And gifts. If you're into whiskies, you can get yourself some whiskies over here, the wee Dram. And then you got like lovely little gift shops like that, serving all different things, different signs. Get a Dad's Shed sign. Loads of cool little things. Are these called marimbas? Can't remember. Boomerangs. Fantastic. So here's the whiskey shop, the wee Dram. So if you're into whiskey, get yourself in there and have a little taster. See if there's anything you like. But here, as you can see, there's plenty of places. Obviously, we went past the Queen's Arms before, and there's a Peacock Bakewell over there as well that serves real ales and things. You got the Co-op if you need to get some bits and pieces, and there's a coffee shop as well, Insomnia Coffee Shop. Not surprised if you drink plenty of coffee. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, this is sort of the main area here, and I've just been sort of walking around here. But there are toilets marked out, so if you do get caught short, you know exactly where they are. That was a car park with the ice cream van we just walked past. So there is parking, disabled toilets on both sides, as you saw a moment ago. And this is with the bridge that was on earlier on. I was just stood on there, and there's a nice little sort of waterfall thing there. And there's places around here, yeah, you can sit down and spend half an hour just enjoying the scenery. But yeah, earlier I just walked all the way along here to the Recreation Ground, and now I'm back over here somewhere. So yeah, if you do come to Bakewell, there are plenty of places you can go, and if you want some food, you can go in the old original Bakewell Pudding shop, or you can go into one of the many pubs and bars that are situated all over the place. Obviously the Queen's Arms and the Peacock Bakewell over there. There is the market hall here. They do have a market here, but I think it is only on Mondays. I've seen, I think there's a sign around the corner that just says it's only on a Monday. But it's a lovely place to come and visit. sit in the beer garden if you wanted to, or go over near the River Wye and just sit over there and just see the scenery over there. There are some walks over there around the recreation area, which is over in that direction. Or if you just want to go around charity shops, have a mooch around the shops, and there's plenty over in that direction. Or if you just want to get some food and have a wander the co-ops there to get a sandwich or a meal deal, I don't know. Lovely anyway. The weather's been awesome as well. I don't know what else to say. So this is the market hall. So it was actually 1254 that Bakewell got its market charter, and that's just the, I'm guessing this was built prior to that. I'm just trying to see if there's any dates on there. There's crests, I can see the top. You can see here it says market hall just above the door here. But yeah, there you go. Stalls held here every Monday on this little, possibly on this square area. Would that then be classed as a market square if it's on this square? I have no idea. You can see where they've tried to repair it in certain places with a different brick and try to sort of make it look the same. But yeah, all of the properties over here have been made using the same Bakewell brick. It's a lovely area just to come if you want to come for the day and have a little mooch around, have some lunch, and then maybe head on to maybe Matlock and have a look around there. But there's loads of little places you can go. There's obviously Matlock Bath, and it's got the is it the Heights of Abraham, and there's a few walks around there you can go. You can walk around the River Derwent back there, which we're probably going to do. Obviously there's a waterfall that you would have seen in the previous video when I went around Matlock and went down to the waterfall and showed you all around where the valley is. But yeah, there's just loads of little stuff. It just depends if you're taking the bus here, or whether if you're driving, you can maybe come here early and have like an early lunch and a wander around, and then maybe go to Matlock or go to one of the other places like Buxton or whatever. But we obviously came on the bus, and it takes about 22 minutes to get from Matlock all the way here to Bakewell on the 6.1 bus, which is at the bus stop, and they're every hour, and I think they're 5 past the hour. But double check that might change when you arrive. But yeah, there is a bus that comes here, and as I say, it takes 22 minutes to get here, and it's yeah, very convenient. But obviously then you've just got to factor in getting back and all that sort of stuff, and when the next bus is and when the last bus is. So it can be a bit of a it can be one of those things where you've got to just pick somewhere to go when you're on buses. Like, we'll spend the day here and we'll get the last bus back, rather than sort of spending a few hours here, get the bus to somewhere else, and then spend some time there, and then you're thinking, are we going to get back on the bus there? Because there's no train line directly to here, unfortunately. But yeah, we were supposed to come earlier, but when we got there it was 6 minutes past 10, so we just missed the bus went past and we just missed it, so we had to get the I think it was the 5 past 11, but it was about 10 minutes late. But we're here and we're just having a mooch around. Anyway, I'm going to go and find where the missus and my son are, catch up with them, and then maybe see what else is to see here. So I'm back more or less where I started. As you can see, the Rutland Arms Hotel is just in the distance there. This is where the old original Bakewell Pudding shop is just here. We were just sat where that window is right there. We were just sat there looking out. So I've pretty much done it circular. This is where the main area of sort of Bakewell is. And if you go around there, that goes to Buxton and the likes. So I've just walked around this area. I'm going to go and have a look around here and see if there's anything else around the corner. But so far I don't think there is. There's just pubs and stuff dotted around. So we'll go and have a look around here, and then maybe sort of I'll catch up with the missus and the son and see where they are and go from there. So let's go over here. So just coming round from where I was a moment ago, a lovely little seating area, very much like the one in Matlock, where you can just sit and relax, and just beautiful colour everywhere. Little sort of areas where you can sit and just chill out. This is called the Bath Gardens. Lots of different varieties of flowers. And some beautiful architecture. I don't even think you can see that on the GoPro. Some beautiful architecture in the distance there, going through that alleyway there. So there is a Bakewell Craft and Gift Fair down there as well. But I've just had a look at this church. I can see this church and I'm dying to know what it is. I tried to look on Google, but it wasn't showing me. There's the Rutland Arms Hotel, which we started more or less somewhere down there for this little vlog. I just thought I'll walk up here and just see what else is up here, just in case I'm missing loads by not venturing on. So it looks like it's another lounge and a pizzeria, cakes. This might be where we need to get the bus back to Matlock. So let's have a quick little look around here. The Joiners Arms is around here. There's another church in the distance there as well. A nice little deli here, selling your artisan breads and coffees and cakes and pastries. So this is Rutland Terrace we're on at the moment. So I'm going to have a little wander down here and have a look and see what's down here, because it looks as though there's something down here on the left, but I can't see the sign. So there's another, the lead tin yellow little cafe there I've just passed. There's lots of eateries, so you're not going to go hungry, and lots of pubs. So if you need a beer, there's plenty of places. It looks like it's a little hair salon and barbers, so if you need to get your hair done. But I'm just trying to see what that church is in the distance and have a little look around the corner. So this is on Buxton Road, so this actually leads to Buxton itself down here. We were going to go there, but I don't think there's enough time today. So apart from a sign up there saying it's a mortgage and investments advice centre, there's nothing actually on Google to tell me exactly what this is called. If you know what this is called, let us know in the comments. I'm going to go back down here. I think there's a Bakewell sort of a chapel around the corner. I think that's what we could see in the distance, and I think that might be named on Google, so we'll walk around here and have a look at that before heading back into Bakewell itself and find the wife and my son and see what they're up to. But yeah, this is Buxton Road, as you might be able to see on the sign there. So there's the All Saints Church here in Bakewell, just right at the top of there. I was going to wander up to there, but I just had a phone call from the wife saying my son is not feeling the greatest. It's very warm at the moment, so I think what we're going to do is we're just going to regroup and then possibly just get the next bus back to get back to Matlock and go from there. So yeah, I'm just going to pass the Rutland Arms Hotel where we first started. So yeah, it's been a nice little place. I recommend coming here if you want to come for the day, or whether you want to come for half a day and go to Matlock. Both those places are great. I think there's stuff to do in both. Obviously Matlock, there's a huge hill in certain places, so this is more flat, so it's more ideal. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It's been a bit of a bizarre one, bit of a hit-miss video, but it's just nice to wander around and see the place. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps me massively, pushes those videos out there to more people, and hopefully they'll come to places like this. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Try not to get run over.